We're here today in Shadwell, East London at one of our pods, our points of distribution that helps us deliver food in a green and sustainable way. Collectiv Food is a next generation wholesaler. We deliver food to restaurants across London and Paris. Our pods are shipping containers that are refrigerated and controlled using doors and key codes. They are located in ex-industrial sites that allow us to consolidate our food in central points of London, ready for distribution the following day to restaurants. Food is loaded up at our warehouse and it's delivered to the pods overnight when there's less vehicles. The next day, our food is collected by electric vehicles such as e-cargo bikes and electric vans, and the last mile delivery is done through them. This means that trucks and lorries aren't spending all day sitting in traffic, congesting the streets of London in order to deliver to restaurants.
We highly value, obviously, great food that's delivered responsibly and produced responsibly. So to that end, our minimum standards require our suppliers to have at least one or more Global Food Safety Initiative recognized accreditations. So that's your BRC or IFS. But on top of that, we also care about our suppliers in terms of how they produce those products when it comes to the environmental impact. So we work with our suppliers at the outset of trade to get them to sign our producer code of conduct, which essentially means that they're adhering to our expectations around our ethical and environmental standards in the supply chain. There are three key areas of focus when it comes to our environmental impact. So the first is decarbonisation of our food supply chain. The second is transparency in the kind of products that we sell and ensuring that from kind of end to end. We see that as a really powerful way to help the kind of actors in our supply chain to make better choices. And the third is food waste. So ensuring that, because we're in a business of buying and selling food, that we're not creating a great amount of surplus or waste as we kind of operate.
Managing food waste is time consuming, and you have to be on top of your game all the time. If you take your eye off the ball, food will become out of date and unable to be redistributed.
We look to reduce food waste in our supply chain by having accurate forecasts. So we get that by talking to customers and using our data to learn in terms of demand patterns. And we also utilise partners like City Harvest when our forecasts are less accurate for weather or events or spontaneous events that affect demand. So that's how we look to reduce demand in our network, but also ensure that any surplus stock doesn't go to waste.
Working with City Harvest is a great way for us to, essentially have a home for what we know will always be a kind of challenge for us to move our surplus, and being able to have that kind of peace of mind that the food that we are left with at times is not going to be binned, and actually it's going to be going to people that need that food is really what aligns with our values here at Collectiv Food.